What's good everyone on YouTube? It's me again, back with another shoe review, as it always seems to be. And we are back again to talk about another Adidas shoe. It's a quick break from the Nike that I just put out, but we are back talking about Adidas shoe, and not just any Adidas shoe, the Yeezy shoes. So, as we all probably know, the Yeezy line with Adidas has been pretty successful. And especially the V2, the Yeezy 350 V2, that has been probably Adidas's like sort of golden shoe. They just keep pumping out colorway after colorway after colorway, and it just seems to always sell out, which is kind of interesting. I would have thought the fatigue would have set in by now, but they seem to have a way to come up with a method to make it more hyped again. And today we have one of the more hyped up pairs of recent V2s. So without further ado, today we're going to be talking about the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Static, the reflective pair. So, with the intro out of the way, let's just hop into the box. So the box is actually just a standard Yeezy 350 V2 box. You've probably seen this a million times at this point. You've got 350 on the side, you've got Boost on this side, you've got Yeezy Boost 350 made by Adidas, adidas.com/Kanye, Adidas, whichever one you want to call it. And if we open it up, we've actually just got this standard sort of brown paper, and the shoe was stuffed with these small sort of standard paper stuffings. And if we go to the label reads Yeezy Boost 350 V2. Simple enough. Now, in terms of price, these were exclusively released on Yeezy Supply, and I was lucky to actually cop a pair. And after all things considered, I paid about 340 Australian dollars. I'll put the conversion here. And yeah, they are a lot more than $340 these days. Pretty crazy, but you know what? A colorway is enough to make people want to spend more, so there we go. And with the box out of the way, let's get into the shoes. And here we are, the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the static reflective colorway. So just to go off the defining features of this particular V2, the first thing you'd probably notice is the switch up of the prime knit pattern. So they've actually changed the pattern since the original V2 stripes, I guess. On the original pair you had like this sort of wave lines on this side, then you got like the SPLY 350 stitched in on the other side. But on this particular pair, it's a completely different pattern, and it's got a very interesting translucent stripe feature, which it only shows a small portion since there are underlays on the shoe, which kind of sucks. I kind of hoped that the entire stripe would be translucent, but you can still wear different colored socks and it will actually change the look of the shoe. And aside from that, actually, that's pretty much the biggest change from like the other 350 V2s, the prime knit pattern and this translucent stripe. Everything else is exactly the same. You got the same laces, all the laces are 3M. You've got the Boost sort of midsole and outsole sort of setup. Yeah, the only other thing to mention is that because this is the static reflective pair, you've actually got 3M sprinkled all over the shoe. So there is a standard static pair where the laces are 3M reflective, but on this pair, the entire shoe is laced with 3M threading. So when you hit it with a flash, looks very nice. Looks a little sparkly, and the thing is, you're not really gonna see it unless you're like out in a nightclub, and if you're wearing these out to a nightclub, good luck to you, because they're gonna get really dirty. We all know what like nightclubs are like when it comes to like spilling alcohol. But yeah, that's pretty much the main features of this particular V2. And touching on cushioning, we've got the tried and true Boost cushioning. And Boost is this like sort of styrofoam pellet looking foam that Adidas has been riding for the past like 6 years. And I'll talk more about comfort when I get to that section. Now in terms of sizing, I own a pair of the Zebras from the second restock. And I went true to size in that pair, and I found that they were tight at the start, but because it's a knit shoe, it tends to loosen up over time, and they honestly fit loose now. So I would personally say you should probably go true to size if you plan to keep the shoe long term. If you don't, you can either take the insole out or half size up. So my recommendation would be true to size to half size up. Now in terms of comfort, the midsole cushioning is actually one of the best boost setups that I've ever experienced. You know, people have always said like the Ultra Boost is more comfortable, and that is true to some extent, but if we're just talking about pure softness and a pillow-like ride, this honestly rivals some more comfortable lifestyle Adidas shoes such as like the EQT 9317s. It's just really soft, really springy, which is really quite a interesting thing because they've got this sort of carrier foam, I guess, or like this rubber caging around the entire shoe, which you'd think would restrict the cushioning, but it actually doesn't do anything and it feels really soft anyway. The upper is also really nice, like the prime knit is nice and breathable. The stripe actually adds a lot to the breathability as well, because it's translucent, you can just blow right through it. They do start off very tight if you're going true to size, and even at a half size up, they're still a pretty tight shoe. But the beauty of a knit shoe is they break in over time to wrap around your feet. So you should be good no matter what. Now I get into the part where I talk about my opinions on this shoe. And to be honest, I'm not too sure if I like love these shoes. I definitely have a very special place in my heart for the zebra pair. I still think to this day it is the best V2 colorway. Don't at me on that. But this is a pretty good, I would say, update to the V2. It's almost like a V2.5 because this prime knit pattern is quite different, and you've got like a new translucent stripe feature. So, and it seems like they're going to be pushing out more of these. I mean, just the other week we had the Hyperspace and True Forms release, and the clays are going to be coming soon to the US. So it may be the new sort of wave that Adidas takes their Yeezy V2s to. But yeah, overall, I just say this colorway is maybe a bit too plain for my liking. I do like the 3M, that's very beautiful, but it's not really that practical. So overall, I just say it's definitely serviceable. And I'm saying this as someone who actually got them for retail. I honestly do believe if you were spending upwards of like what, 900 Australian dollars on these, I just don't think you would have as much satisfaction as say you spend $500 on say a zebra. I think that would be a much smarter choice. But who am I? I'm not your dad. You make the decision yourself. And with that, we have come to the end of another video. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this particular Yeezy 350. And out of all the 350 V2s, specifically just that model, which is your favorite colorway? So easily for me, as I said many times before, the zebras are by far the best in my opinion. But I'd love to hear what you have to say. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video. And now time for the on feet portion. Yeah, there's not much gag to it or anything, just on feet now. And I'll catch you guys in another video.